Bye. Welcome to another Women and a Series. It is Zetobo Sigwe Ezikolomo. Today's teaching promises to be interesting, but before that, I want to welcome you to this channel. If you are watching me for the first time, my name is Zetobo Sigwe Ezikolomo. Here I teach truth about Ordinana, traditional religions of the Igbos, the ways of the Igbos, Ordinana Igbo. This is what I teach here. So if you want to understand the truth in it, not the magic or the amancy, the necromancy that comes with every religion. No, I'm talking about the truth that sets free. That's exactly what I do here. If you listen to my teachings and follow and consistent with my teachings, I promise you there will be something different in your life. So for some of you that have enjoyed this channel, I will enjoy you to please tell others about it. Our people will say and if you have not watched my old videos, it's good for you to watch some of my old videos because it will help you to understand what I do. Some of my teachings, yes, some episodes are enough on its own, but if you want to have basic understanding, because at times some people come to the comment section and ask me questions of video of things I've taught in the past, so you can scroll through the channel, then find videos that have addressed a lot of issues about Ordinana. Now, finally, before I start, I need to say something about what I do here. Basically, what I do is to teach and promote Igbo culture. Apart from these videos and what I write on Facebook, by next year, I'm planning to start a radio station right here in Unewi, where I operate from. And like I said in the comment section in my post last week, I sincerely need support. So if you want to support me and be part of this radio station I'm building, there will be an account number on the screen, Kolomo Media. Please, you can send in your support. And what we are doing here to reorientate, to re-educate, to liberate the minds of our people through the teaching, the word of truth that sets free, the word of our ancestors, the ways of our ancestors. We need before I was paying for a radio program in a radio station, but I realized that it was not enough. I need my own radio station where I will be on air like almost every day to keep teaching consistent. We need consistent pushing for this message to get out there. So if you really want to support, if you are happy with what I'm doing here, I enjoy you to support. As in unkukutu nya hezu and dinta chocha no onwonye mbokude nya unkuku na nefu. Ofosisi ade emo kofia, a tree does not make a forest. Oisi juleju nya unofia juleju. Personally, I work and it's the money I earn from my work that I use to do what of things I'm doing, but at times it's not enough because what I'm doing is like a kind of public awareness. It's like a civil service work, but I'm doing it on my own. I appreciate some support that comes from some of you here. I appreciate it, and I want to say a very big thank you. Last week I asked for support. Someone sent me 1,000. Whoever it is, I'm happy, I'm grateful. That 1,000 is something. Any good money that you get legitimately is something. I do not want to hoodwink anybody by telling you, do this one, I'm going to do this one for you. I don't do that. I don't do that because I believe in legitimate earning and I believe in peaceful living, and you can only live peacefully where you don't owe anybody. Right? So any support, I don't want to cajole anybody to support me. Whatever you are going to do, I want it to come from your heart and from a place of what you have to spare. If you don't have, keep listening. One day you will have to support. But if you have, you are welcome to support now. So the account number will be on the screen. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's get right into the business of the day. What I want to discuss today is very important. What you need to know. What you need to know before you visit an Alusi. What you need to know before you visit an Alusi. Before I proceed to tell you what Alusi is, I want to tell you or show you what Alusi is not. Yes, I want to show you what Alusi is not, and it's important you see it. Then na mfa doko na okwo nkuzi ka na akuzi na ewekwo niwe o ka njide we kuzi elu then And then nene gamonte na internet. Oh, now this is an altar for my Indishi, my ancestors. You can see the stones on the altar. It represents, each stone represents a particular ancestor. So this altar now is like a portal. A kind of portal I go to if I want to address to my ancestors. That's a difference between altar for your chi, altar for your Ndishi, altar for Ndemiri. These are portals that you use, a kind of window to talk to those particular forces, to commune with those forces. When people say that we worship carved wood and all those things. No, these are portals. What they are, they are actually portals that you go to discuss, to commune with those people, with those ancestors, with natural forces. Eh? It's not like Alusi. Alusi is a strange force. Like I said, that is not a strange force. But these ones are pure portals. They are pure windows that you use to connect to your, like this one now for my Indishi. This is an altar for my Indishi. Like I said, each stone represents a particular Indishi. You know, my ancestors, the ones I can remember their name, each stone represents them before it gets to my father. Right? So this is exactly what an altar looks like. That's why you are seeing it. It doesn't have this one. This one is an outside own. I can have an inside own that can come with Ikenga, but this is like an outside altar for my Ndishi. I need you to understand what an altar is. Thank you. This one is altar for Ndishi. Thank you. So I went to show you this altar for you to understand or have a picture, because I'm going to explain a lot of things before I land into the pointers. You know, we must understand the difference between personal altars for our Shi, Ndishi, gods of our land, elements like water, mmiri, ana, air, fire, and altars for strange prayer answering forces. You must understand what altars, the difference between altars for your chi, for your Ndishi. The one I showed you is for my Ndishi. I didn't show you the one for my Shi, my altar for my Shi. At times, altar for Shi, you see something like this. Some people represent it. This is a king. This is the king. This is the king that people talk about. Atu Ikengashi. I say Atu Ikengashi. This is it. Eh? So at times, some people also use something like this for a king and for their Ndishi. If I lato, these are just altars, mere altars. And for the gods of our land, it might have umpu. Something like this can also be used as umpu. Face. Then we have for water. Some people use several items, but I'm saying most of these altars are natural. You must be able to differentiate altars for water, ana, ajana, right? Fire, even for udo, for ububu. But at times you can hear udo, you can hear ububu. It will be answering udo. It is no longer udo, it's now alose. You can answer ububu. It will have the face. It will have the face of, as in apale and all that. But they have added something else there. They have added alose into it. So I need to understand, need you to know what it means, an altar for an alose, or what alose is. Alose is a strange prayer answering forces. Any strange prayer answering force. Why do I call it strange? This one, chi, is not strange. Mark the word strange. Strange stands for foreign, imported, not indigenous, complex and fiery. Ogubu is indigenous to Igbo. That's fertility. How we create forces for fertility is indigenous to us. Udo is indigenous to us. Protective force is indigenous to us. If you want to create all those things, we use something that are indigenous to create it. It's not imported. Imported means if some people go as far as Egala, India, Benin, and all those things to go and get some prayer answering forces, or what you call alose. Some might even be some in Igbo neighboring community. But the thing is that it is not indigenous. That's why I said, mark the word strange. Alusi, altar for Alusi is a strange prayer answering force. You must understand that once she and Ndishi are members of the clan and lineage. This means these forces are not imported, they are not strange, and they are not complex. It is something, it's a phenomenon. It's not even a form, it's a being that is like you. I can be someone she, maybe in the next 200 years. I can be part of the Ndishi of my clan if I live a good life in the next 100 years. So it's not strange, it's not complex. It's purely indigenous to us. So elementals like fire, not like elementals, that's fire, water, earth, air. Ụfọdụ ndị be anyị nwere ife okwu for all those things. We have for water, ndị mmiri. We have for earth, ndị ana. We have for air, ikuku. So elementals here, fire, water, earth, air. Here we call it ajani, we call earth ajani. Air, ikuku. Onwe ka esi adọgasị ụmụ ife ahụ. Water, ndị mmiri, fire, ọkụ, or even anyanwụ and all those things are all part of the cosmos that we cannot do without. So these things are not strange to us. They're not directly part of our lineage, but indirectly part of our collective humanity. So they are not strange or complex or imported. These things, all phases of humanity, all the facets of humanity, all the tribes, all the cultures, all the race, all the nations have access to it. So they're not peculiar to us. Now, the gods of our land are celestial beings that supervises spiritually. That's the particular enclave we physically refer to as our place of birth. Every place, every land, every territory have a god or gods that supervises it spiritually. That place you refer to as your place of birth, be it Igbo, be it Yoruba, be it Hausa, and you break it down, sub-nation, like us in Nnewi, and a God that supervises it. Just like we have local government, there is all these things are broken down in spiritual level. And from Nnewi, not local government, there is a God, there is a local government chairman. The same way there is a kind of God that is in charge of that enclave. These gods of the land ensure that territories under their supervision remains habitable for existence. At times, the gods of the land are at variance with the physical gods of the land as established by humans. For example, I'm from Nnewi. We have 5 major deities in Nnewi, or 5 major gods of Nnewi. Anan Nnewi, what we refer to as gods of Nnewi. Anan Nnewi, we have Eze. We have Ezemewi, we have Ele, we have Edo. Now, and I'm saying that at times the gods of the land are at variance with the physical gods of the land established by humans. The real gods of the land are not man-made. You might not even know them. You might not even be worshiping them. They might not be the same with the ones that you are calling as the gods of the land, as you are referring to as your gods of the land, because most of the gods that we refer to as the gods of our land are all man-made. But the real gods of the land are not man-made, and you may not know them. Why? Because they are not desirous of your worship. They are there to maintain cosmic balance, to make sure that that place is habitable. Whether a new set of people, like for example, this place called Nnewi, there might be people who were living here before a new set of people who are now being referred to as Nnewi came to occupy this place. And later, we might have something can happen, war can happen, something can happen that this set of people who are saying claiming Nnewi now will no longer be the people who are here. But that God of the land will still be the same gods of the land that are making sure that this territory, this space, this area remains habitable for living beings. And when new set of people come, they come with new gods. It doesn't mean that those new gods are the new gods of the land. No. I need you people to understand this. Now, these gods of the land are the true Ndiana. Ndiana Yafwanya. At times in Igbo prayer, you hear Ndiana Hafwanya. These gods of the land are the true Ndiana. True Ndiana Hafwanya. You don't see them, you don't know them. They are not interested in you worshiping them. So these gods are not interested in our worship, but they are interested to maintain cosmic balance within that territorial what hemisphere. We must understand that there are forces out there that we do not know as humans. With this explanation, you must understand that there are forces out there that we do not know as humans. They are existing. But because of this eye, you cannot use this eye to see them. Even with our psychic Osenabo, you will still not see them. You will still not see them. These forces are not in human form. They are not in human form. These forces, now, among these forces now, I'm not talking about the gods of the land. I'm talking about forces that exist that we do not see. Is among these forces, we have other forces, what? That are at the beck and call of those who need their services and can pay for it. Just like we exist as humans here, we have forces that are existing that we do not see. And they are the beck and call for those who can pay for it. These forces are not the gods of the land. They are not our Ndishi, and they are not our Shi. It's among these forces. It's among these forces that we do not see. These forces that do not have human form. They don't have human form. They will not come as human in the next 200 or even 1,000 years because they are not in human form. It's among these forces that those who are looking for, who are ready to pay for their services, is among these forces that are appropriate. Is these forces that are appropriated and are used to create what we know as what? Alusi. I don't know whether I should use the word golem. You know, if you watch all this Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, they create some forces, you know, they call it golem. If you remember Harry Potter, there is this one that was in the services of a particular master. I think they used to call it Toby or Tobit or something. At times he will start beating himself. Now, understand it. Is that for that particular character was in service of a particular master of a particular family that Harry Potter later fought for its freedom. I just gave this example for you to understand what I'm saying. Forces that are not in human form, they cannot take human form, but they are there. If you are ready to pay for their services, they are there. Is among these forces that mystics go to appropriate, they appropriate and use to create what we know as what? Alusi. Now, think of it this way now. In this physical existence, there are several human beings and there are stratas of government. Now, outside the arms of government, which we know that maintain that their job is to maintain law and order, we have that's within this in arms of government, we have police, we have the law courts. Their job is to maintain what? Law and order. We have the army, we have the civil defense, we have everything that within the arms of government that their job is to protect arms, law and order. Now, outside these forces, these legitimate governing forces, we have forces that are out there that can still do all those things that you can hire to protect you, to also maintain your own personal law of order. You can call them mercenaries, you can call whatever name you call them, but they are there to be hired. There are forces that you can hire to protect you, to recover your debt, or people, or group, or cults. You can hire to do what, or you can belong. Their job is to protect you, to recover your debt, to nominate someone for you, to represent you, to do anything for you, be it legal or illegal. Once you are ready to meet their terms and conditions, this is how Alusi is. So Alusi is a psychic force, or as in where they go to contract what they call as we now refer to as Alusi, are psychic forces that operate outside the gods or other instead forces like your chi Ndi them. Gods of the land. They are psychic forces that operate outside all these things. They are different. So they are approached and are nursed by mystics. It's only a mystic, a powerful being that can create Alusi. They can approach these forces. What's their plan? Why do they do it? It's to help them in providing help to their human clients, their children, or community. It's mystics. It's powerful people that create Alusi. Alusi cannot just stay and come on its own. The Alusi will give terms and condition and everything, what it eats and what it doesn't like, what it likes and everything. They will come and before it will be instituted. Now, with the above, mind you, I am not saying whether Alusi is good or bad. No. By now, you should know that in life, that life is a matter of if onye chokofo. Is what you seek, is what you find. Now, I will go back again in case you do not understand. In this physical world, assume someone is owing you, you have the option of reporting to the police. If someone wrongs you, you have the option of reporting to the police or going to the court to seek redress. Now, if you do not want to go through this process, there are people out there who can help you find justice, your own definition of justice, if you feel that you're wronged. There are people out there who you tell that this person wronged me, please go and deal with that person. They go out and deal with the person. That's how Alusi is. Now, here are 6 things you should know before you go to Alusi. After all this explanation, here are 6 things you need to know before you visit Alusi. Number 1, Alusi can never do anything for you free of charge. I repeat, Alusi can never do anything for you free of charge. It's not like Yoshi and Ndishi that you just approach with what? Kola nut and Nzu, or even without anything, just word of mouth. It's not like those altars. No. For Alusi, you must pay either before or after. You must pay either before or after. But for Yoshi, whether before or after, you are free. Just say anything you like and all those ones. If you want to show appreciation, and if you don't show appreciation, fine. And if you feel that they are not going to do anything for you again, if you are not showing appreciation, they are not coming for you. I've said it repeatedly. Yoshi and Olindishi do not come for you if you do not do anything for them. But Alusi, once Alusi carries out its job and you do not pay, it will come for you. Or you must pay before it carries out the job. Either of the two must happen. Number 2, Alusi is not necessarily out for justice, but it's out there. The real job of Alusi is to satisfy its clients and itself. That's why at times he even kills those who go to it. If he feels it's in its interest to do so. Alusi even kills those that give it food. Alusi if he feels it's in its interest. Alusi is not necessarily out for justice. That's why I keep telling people, it is not. Yoshi and Ndishi, they are not vengeful. If there is any phenomenon that is vengeful, it's this Alusi that I'm teaching you here today now. Number 3, Alusi is an instrument of force or quick disposition. It works sharp. The real in Igbo land, there are people who say, "Oh, yeah, buy a Lego film, they play the show." It's Alusi that does it, they play the show. If you want to see real power, appropriate Alusi. Once you appropriate it like right, you see real power. You see real power. A man is fair there. This is not story, it's not super story, it's not fiction. It's an instrument of force and quick disposition. To dispossess this, as in kill both the good and the bad and the ugly, both the innocent and the guilty. That's why I said number 4, Alusi has the tendency to go rogue or play the role of a double agent. It has tendency to do what? To go rogue or play the role of a double agent. Why is Alusi at times is at the mercy of the highest bidder? He's an assassin, hired assassin. It's like a hired assassin. You can hire an assassin and you get to the home of the person that you're supposed to kill, and the person will give a better deal. It will come back to the person that's sent it and kill the person. Number 5, Alusi can be compromised or subdued for the reason I stated above. Number 6, No Alusi. I repeat, no Alusi eats chicken, goat, or cow. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. No Alusi eats chicken, goat, or cow. Remember, I told you this thing is a golem. It's like a force. It's not a human being. It's human beings that eat chicken, goats, our ancestors, our chi. They are the ones that you kill all those things for. Alusi is not interested in those things. The main food of Alusi is the highest sacrifice. Is the highest sacrifice. And I've told you people the highest sacrifice. You know the highest sacrifice. That's the real food of Alusi. That's what it takes. So Alusi is the typical case of what? With EC Bia with EC. If you hear with EC Bia with EC, they are talking about Alusi. So most times in Ordinana, we do not know these things. And you run to some certain things. Later you bring problem, and later they say that Alusi, hey, that Ordinana is bad and all this. I need you to understand these things. I'm not telling you to stop. I've said it. There is nothing good and there is nothing bad. But you need to know what you are doing. So you won't be like Andy, okay, living in bondage. That said what? My job in this channel is to explain all these things for you. Whatever you want to go for it. If you are ready to bear the consequences and pay the price. But don't complain later. So my job here is to break these things down for you to understand it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share. I would like to hear from some of you. If you have any question, please, you can reach me through the number on the screen, or my email address, or my other social media handles. Thank you. Thank you.